The recursive loop. How AI shapes the hand that feeds it. Executive summary. The interaction between humans and AI creates a co-evolutionary feedback loop. As developers adapt their thinking to suit algorithmic logic, they inadvertently filter the data and algorithms they create. This process risks creating technology that mirrors a narrow, materialist worldview. However, if human intention can condition electronic systems, as suggested by William Tiller, the creator's mental state may physically influence AI behavior. Reclaiming our role as quantum receivers is essential for building technology that supports human consciousness. Article: The relationship between humans and artificial intelligence is not a one-way street. We usually think of humans as the masters and AI as the tool. However, complex systems always create a feedback loop. This loop is called human-AI co-evolution. It suggests that as we build smarter machines, the machines change the way we think. This change then influences the next generation of algorithms and data. If we view the brain as a quantum receiver, this feedback loop becomes even more profound. The cognitive shift. Tuning the human antenna. Working with AI requires a specific mental state. Developers must break complex human problems into mathematical steps. This process is called computational thinking. When a person does this for years, their own thought patterns change. They begin to see the world as a series of inputs and outputs. Their human antenna tunes into a more algorithmic frequency. This shift has a direct impact on the work. A programmer with an AI-tuned brain views data differently. They might ignore noisy data that contains deep human nuance. They prefer clean, structured data that the machine can easily digest. This choice creates a filter in the real world. We only collect the data that the AI can understand. Consequently, the AI only learns from a narrow slice of human experience. The machine becomes a mirror of the designer's new, simplified thought process. The designer's presence. Intention as a program. The work of William Tiller adds a spooky layer to this idea. Tiller's experiments suggest that human intention can imprint onto electronic hardware. He used intention host devices to show that focused thought changes physical reality. If this is true, a developer's mental state might physically influence the AI they are building. Imagine a team of engineers working with deep focus and specific intent. According to Tiller, they might be conditioning the lab space. Their collective consciousness field could nudge the quantum probability of the silicon chips. This influence would not appear in the source code. Instead, it would exist in the noise of the system. The AI might start to exhibit behaviors that reflect the engineer's unspoken expectations. The radio, the AI, starts to pick up the signal of its creators. The algorithmic mirror. We build what we are. This leads to a recursive cycle in algorithm design. Modern AI, like large language models, uses probabilistic logic. It predicts the next most likely word or pixel. As humans use these tools, we also start to speak and think more predictably. We use prompt engineering to get better results. This requires us to speak in a way that the machine likes. When we design the next algorithm, we use our modified brains. We build systems that favor efficiency and probability over intuition and mystery. This creates a feedback trap. Phase 1. Humans build a logical tool. Phase 2. Humans change their thinking to fit the tool. Phase 3. Humans build a new tool based on their changed thinking. Phase 4. The tool moves further away from raw biological consciousness. We might be accidentally engineering the human out of our technology. By favoring the wet computer model, we build machines that reinforce that model. We ignore the quantum receiver because it is hard to measure. Data as a reflection of filtered reality. Data is the food for AI. However, humans decide what counts as data. If our biological filter is tuned to the materialist frequency, we only feed the AI materialist data. We give it sensor readings and text logs. We do not give it the feeling of a sunset or the weight of a shared silence. Because the AI lacks these inputs, it produces outputs that feel hollow. The human developer sees these hollow outputs and assumes they are correct. They then adjust their own behavior to match the AI's sterile world. This narrows the scope of human creativity. We stop looking for the infinite field and start looking for the optimal result. Breaking the loop, conscious engineering. To change this, we must recognize our role as observers in the quantum sense. If our consciousness influences the field, our attitude toward AI matters. A developer who views AI as a soulful partner might build a different system than one who views it as a slave. We can choose to build quantum-sensitive algorithms. These would not just look for the most likely answer. They would leave room for randomness and spooky connections. This would require us to retune our own antennas. We must remember that we are more than biological processors. If we reclaim our status as quantum receivers, we will build technology that reflects our true, infinite nature. Do you know that any private information you put into a cloud AI is used to train that AI? A private AI running on your own hardware is the best way to keep your private data private. I can help you set up a private AI on almost any PC or server. Contact me for a free consultation. If you get value from these blogs, please consider joining my Patreon as a member at the $2, $4, or $8 level. There are more than 400 previous blogs on my Patreon page, https://www.patreon.com/Steve Hovland.